Hey everyone. Today I'm just going to show you what I'm looking for when I ask you to make your identity charts for this week, okay? So I have one set for creative writing and one set for English 3. And so, creative English folks, this also applies to you. So you'll be doing two identity charts for me, actually. The first chart on here is going to represent who you believe yourself to be and what is important to you. And the second chart is going to represent how others see you and what they believe is important to you according to something called the first eight rule, okay? The first eight rule says that people often judge you within the first 8 feet that they meet you, the first 8 seconds that they interact with you, and the first 8 words that come out of your mouth. Okay, so that's what the second chart is going to be centered around. What would a stranger think of you regarding the first eight rule? Okay, what would they think about you when they see you within the first 8 feet, when they're interacting with you for the first 8 seconds, and what are they thinking about you from the first 8 words that come out of your mouth? Okay, so some of the info that you can include is some of the demographic groups you belong to. Demographics are the groups that we can be categorized into. You can be categorized into a bunch of different demographic groups, but think of like your gender, your ethnicity, your race, your economic status, your job, your age, your hobbies, right? All those are some examples of demographic groups that you can be put into. So, as Mrs. Damon, I am female, I am white, I am an educator. In band, I was a band geek, right? There's a bunch of different demographic groups that I could be placed into, so that's what I mean by that. You can also include some characteristics and traits about yourself. You can focus on some physical features if you're going to do that. Focus on the physical features that you think stand out to you or may stand out to other people. And then you can do a mixture of positive and critical aspects about yourself, but definitely don't like focus on like just negative aspects about yourself. This assignment is not to make you feel bad or to like bring yourself down. So you don't have to use any critical or negative aspects about yourself. But if there's something that you focus about a lot that may be a more critical aspect, you can include that if you want. But if you are going to include that stuff, make sure that you have a balance, make sure that you have a mixture. So I have an example here. This is my teacher example. Let me hit present so you can see it bigger. And this is an example of what I want yours to look like. You can include a different color background if you would like, one that maybe represents you, maybe it's your favorite color. So you can definitely add that if you would like, you don't have to. But you are going to double click on the middle, and then you can put your name in the middle. So I did that with mine. And then all of these little branches that are sticking out are all places that I can put things for my first chart, which is how I see myself. Okay. So you'll see that I have a mixture here. I have a mixture of physical traits. I have a mixture of demographic groups that I'm a part of. I have some things that I think about myself, like traits and characteristics, and things like that. And I did a mixture of critical and positive aspects for myself. So this would be an example of the first chart, which is how I see myself. Then I would go to my second chart and I would change it, right? It's not going to be exactly the same. The way we see ourselves isn't always the way that other people see us, especially when those people are strangers, right? So I may not put the word kind because unless I come off as like super, super sweet and super gentle in the first 8 seconds that someone meets me, they're not necessarily going to know that I'm a kind person. Instead, I might put like the word timid or something there because often when I'm with a stranger, I use like a softer, quieter voice. So I might put that. But some of these things I would keep because they might be things that people would still think about me, even if they're a stranger, right? I still come across as white. I still come across as female. Um, you know, maybe I have bags under my eyes, so they would also think that I'm an exhausted person generally, right? But not all these things are going to stay on the second chart. So you need to think about in the second chart, what might a stranger think about me if they're meeting me and interacting with me for the first time within the first few seconds? Okay, that sort of first impression. So I have made blank charts. Notice that one says first identity chart and the next one says second identity chart. So make sure you don't mix those up. And like I said, if you double click on the middle, you will be able to put your name. And then if you double click on any of the type years, you will be able to put characteristics and traits and all of that around just like I did on mine. Okay, make sure you don't leave any blank. So it might take you a couple minutes to think of enough stuff to put in, but I want you to take those couple minutes and really think about it, because knowing who you are is going to be very, very helpful in this class, whether you're writing or analyzing other people's writing or thinking about the world or the country around you. Okay, so I hope that helps. Please let me know if you have any more questions, but please fill out both charts, the first and second one, with things about you. Okay, thanks very much. Bye.